Well, welcome everyone. I have a few reads for you today. I have 2 messages of the day from my Metatron deck, Nature's Whispers and Shaman Dreams, and I have the 7-deck read on the table. If we have time, I might give you my 4-deck read as well, because I did one of those as well. We're going to roll the die too and do our oracle cards at the end as usual. Let's go ahead and first take 3 deep breaths. Take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for spending your time with me right now. And let's get going here. We're going to roll the die, and then the first message of the day will be from yesterday, and the other message of the day from today. Today is August 30th, 2022. And we started, the video was at 4:24, which is the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. All right, so for the Twin Flames, August 30th, 2022, now that we're firmly into Virgo season here, we have the Uranus here, sudden changes, and Aquarius, and then here we have Aquarius again, and then here we have the number 4, which is the Emperor and Aries, so also April is Aries. So Aries, Aquarius, a lot of it's very much representing the leader and the group followers. Although Aquarius, it's not that they tend to be followers, but they tend to like to be in group participation. But there's an Emperor involved right here. So we have an Aries fire with Aquarius air. We all know that air accelerates the fire. So this could be a group that's supporting the Emperor as well. That could be very political as well, as you know. And so let's see how that plays out in this read today. All right, so here's the first read. And this is my 3-deck read with the decks that I already mentioned here. And they're always set up the same way. We have the underlying energies on the left, the bottom of the deck, and I do use cards below the bottom of the deck, as well as 4 cards you see came out in every row here, 4, 4, 4, and 4. Okay, so it was all 4s. And as well, was this the one with all 4s? Maybe it was the second one that had all 4s. This one's not actually the one with all 4s, but it does start at the top with 4 cards across. And then over here, I usually get a pile to count, here, here, and then here as well. Okay, and I'm going to show you closer up so you can see the details of the cards. Metatron on top, Nature's Whispers in the middle, and Shaman Dreams there at the bottom. Okay, so this first read was done yesterday, and the piles added up to, they were 23, 13, and 23. The first one was divided though in 2 parts, 7 and 16, which is the Chariot and the Tower. 23 is the King of Wands, by the way. And the second pile was 13, but there could have been 3 more cards, bringing that 16 into play again, which is the Tower twice then, and the 23 twice. The underlying energies were the 9 of the Hermit and Action, the 14 of the Temperance card and Assurance, as well as the 32 card with the Jeweled Web. The Hermit and Angel on a journey together, getting busy with Big Bird, with patience that all shall come and pass. Seasons will change on the journey of connectivity, and believing in magic. The Page of Swords of Mercury, Gemini, the twins, Virgo, and the purple moon, the castle in a cloud, and the jet stream behind, leaving a trail of 0 point field And then I was getting from West Side Story, got a rocket in your pocket. So Cool Boy was coming in with angelic help, one step at a time, of conquering fears to heal and dream and shine your light. The 44 of Atlas, where the waves meet the mountain and lights them up, beaming brightly, glowing up in a V of phased array. The beacon, which is the BE and then the ACON of the lighter. So ACON actually is lighter. Be lighter, or flat bottom barge that holds ships. As your light calls out, the sun responds in kind each morning when it rises. So it's saying the sun rising is responding to you shining your light with phased arrays each morning when it rises. A new dawn of a high vibe action to release and transmute all the pent-up energy. As the shadow bird and the human lead the way, other birds will follow, 2 by 2. The underlying energies here of the 41 of being in service with the love of the Holy Grail, as the octopus teaches, it takes all of their life force to create a baby. So see your power. Learn gratitude for your time here on earth each day. The 39 of the Knight of Cups, and Spirit's connecting very strongly with me on that one. The Knight of Cups, be the shells in the summer, the blanket of snow in the winter. The call from the California girl and the Russian ice princess with the borealis lights. The clear endeavor to end emotional attachments to spring, right? Not letting spring be the only exciting season to come right after the winter. The 16 of the sudden events and sudden inner truths of what's inside the tree trunk. The 27 of inspiration of that childlike spirit with patience in all 4 seasons, not just one. Remember, it's one for all and all for one. The 41 and the 14 both come up here with the Knight in the Tower and the Ace of Wands between. The underlying energy of the next deck was 140, which is the Magician, and the 40 of the Page of Cups, with the 35 of the Wounded Warrior who lost their way, getting back to integrity by 1111 or 11WS, or aligning North and South, Taurus and Scorpio, at 0 point, Justice of 2 U's, or double jeopardy. The 27 of the Wounded Warrior inspired to the heart home kind of love and compassion, with the 1 Tidy House, the Divine Masculine's organization, the 6 of the Cosmic Womb of the Divine Feminine of love, family, and connectivity or community, and the 1 and the 6 of the 16 of the Tower, the Wounded Warrior inspired by magic and the lover's journey. The power of time, space to get you lost, and the power of the heart to take you home. For clarity, integrity, compassion, and more clarity, I guess, again there, the safe womb of the Divine Feminine, of family and lovers, and the journey of I being the child, of web and connectivity, the journey of lights, and the height of the flame. A journey is a jor, a day, any day, to see how high your flame can go. At 156, the Magician and the 2 of Swords, being in your knowing and keeping to yourself, or pretending not to know to avoid dealing with it for peace of mind. The 37 is the King of Cups. And again, yesterday, this was Monday, and the day yesterday was the 29 with the 3 of Wands, and the day added up to 43, which is 3 of Cups. So 2 threes, 3 of Cups and 3 of Wands. So they're coming together, third parties, any increase in expanding a business, you know, that next step of coming together with others. The King of Cups here is called to look up, right? To detach from all the drama that comes in threes. And then I was getting, come with me, my love, to the sea of love. I want to tell you just how much I love you. So that was coming up as the Hermit calls the King of Cups to come along on the rainbow leap, to sing Archangel Sandalphon's song, Sarah Smiles. Sarah Smiles, but also the other group, Sarah Smiles. You can look that up online. There's one, the traditional one, Sarah Smile, which I was just singing, And there's another one, Sarah with an H, smiles, which is another group, and I forget who it is, but you can check that out with the words that both songs apply here. The Fool's Journey, any day, she's with you now, the two, Divine Feminine High Priestess, in Time Out in the Purple Moon. The Daughter's Independence, romancing the stone with her sword. Her word, his tone, killing her softly with his song. The sword and stone rearranging particles, right? Because you can't get the sword out of the stone unless you become one with it, like the bending spoon. So this is about rearranging all the particles to get the sword out, to get in and out. Tearing the puzzle apart to put it back together in another place, but losing a few pieces along the way. And now you must retrieve all your pieces to complete the pretty picture. Why did they get stoned in the first place? Well, that's what happens when a group doesn't like you, that they think you're a bad or immoral or evil even. So they get high to prove them right. Double jeopardy. You can't get tried twice for something you already paid for. Finding the sword in the deep blue sea under the radar at night, but the moon is sneaky and maybe spying to see. You can't hide their reflection when they're full of themselves, but when they're brand new, nobody can see them. We're talking about the moon. The silver moon in June, spooning union, taking it apart to learn how to put it back together with Source's help, and then just from the 30, the 3, the Empress on her own, the Mother Earth, Terra, Terra's trial, terrestrial, before Gaia, or the material connection, the material girl, Madonna, before cheerful, gay rooster or cow, before the thorn or the prickly pear connection, Rami, or in other words, to found something, to be deed, before found deed, before the path, before something was sold. Gaia means J, bright, merry, playful, joy, happy and cheerful. But it also means Gaia, G-A-E-A, the earth personified as the goddess, or self-regulating organism. The daughter, even, of chaos. And remember that other than the Godhead, we're all the daughters and the sons, even the planets, where chaos is the central sun, right? That is the God energy. And then the gay connection was coming up here as the G-A-E of Gaia connection, where A-E is the ash, or the bright light in Pleiadian terms, in between the G of God and the A of human connection. The God, ash, or bright light connection, the flowering planet, the collective awakening to abundance, the meet and greet with family each morn for self-satisfaction, having a cup of gold, like a cup of Joe, but a cup of gold, the Holy Grail, the Holy G-Rail. And remember that Ava means hole or opening, and there's that holy G-Rail, which then becomes a tunnel of vortex. The 16 of sudden igniting of the light and the flame height, and remember light is flame and height, in the spiraling rose heart that fills you up suddenly. The 7 of the chariot, the 16 of the tower equals 23 of the King of Wands. The chariot is the feminine within the masculine ascending, and the tower is the sudden event, or the epiphany, the sexual exchange that equals the King of Wands, the man of passion. The divine feminine and the masculine, when epiphanizing, become the man of passion, with a heart on fire, the 25 of the Knight of Wands with a love for life, and the 26 of the Page of Wands, who's that little pink baby in the life bulb, or the womb, of self-love and nurture. The 55 of the shaman of the fiery heart and the scalloped Magdalene, where the magma is the heart of the volcano, but the Magda is the phased array line, the vomiting of the magma all over the place, the explosive kind. The 55 of the shaman who brings peace treaty and getting back to the basics like the truth and the root chakra, speaking on behalf of the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, or the little ones. still growing at 235, the High Priestess and the Wounded Warrior, their tribe leader, the father, explaining their children's behavior, showering with a bit of diamond light to give clarity on the devil inside, or while in the mother's womb when she wasn't loving herself and gave the children a rough ride, and now they carry that with them. The 46 of the inner children and outer children loving each other, the authentic self, and who are you today? The key to the tears. Remember that the key opening matches the tear. They reflect each other as the 8. The eye of the lower chakra, the lowercase I is the chakra system with the third eye as the dot, or the chakra system of the exclamation point, of the tears that follow in transition of being able to breathe freely without others' expectations of thee. And again, that's like all of a sudden having your freedom, whether it's getting out of a abusive relationship or getting out of prison, however prison may represent to you. Breathing freely, suddenly in transition, without others' expectations of thee. The 23, remember, he's the king of passion, which passion can be represented as ego, because passion is inspiration plus ego. And so he's got a lot to control there, because he's the master of passions. The duality master, the master of such, of the animal instinct that gets the best of us. The wake-up call of the 11 to align with truth and balance, to listen and take note, not stone, but tone. And that also represents the 11 is the air sign energy, so it represents the King of Wands moving into his higher self. With patience, getting boundaries or setting boundaries every day. With auric keys to find on the path less traveled, a living library of memory, mandala, and music sound effects, lighting the corners of your mind, the watercolored memories of the way we were, scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, because we lost some of our pieces that were never found or never founded. To found or be the original creator, staking your claim to your bits and pieces, as electrons run rampant around your pros and cons and your Jimmy Neutrons. At 247 is the High Priestess and the 7 of Cups, to go with the flow 1-to-1, the 42 of the 2 of Cups on the whispering bench. When Ben channels, and I actually have Ben on the whispering bench because my father and I both worked at University of Penn, and he received that as a gift, as an honor at some point in his career from University of Penn. So I have Ben on the bench, which is very significant. At the University of Penn, there's actually a Ben Franklin sitting on the bench on the campus. So going with the flow 1-to-1, the 42 of the whispering bench, where Ben channels or says ch, like shh in the library. Ben's horsepower or chi, the whispering bench of he, the canoe down the salt river to meet his maker, 51, the King of Swords, pure and innocent of diamond light and gossamer wings. And I was just getting the Nightmare Before Christmas, where the scientist was the maker of the characters who are sewn back together. The 2 almonds or 2 all-world fanned flame, go summer, win, God Sophia, the crystal V of creation, capped, which then becomes the diamond, for storage of unstable dark matter. The dark blue Madonna, who sometimes can appear black as night. The Knight of Swords meets the Sunfire Dragon, where the diamond meets the pyramid. The 2 all worlds versus fiery middleweight. Purity versus strength, light versus fire, where light has an unfair advantage because LIG in light equals the flame already at its height, HT, and the flame equals fillet me or fire me, the FI of expanding and contracting or reflecting in the middle. And he's already alluded to the fact that he's midway, or regarding that he is mid-pyra, reflecting and not aggressing, yet the light is all lit up, a tall liquid cup of flame. It's hard for the dragon to resist. So then 39, Knight of Cups, comes in to do an emerald order heart healing of the whole family. 50, the 10 of Cups, with the birds, the signs from Spirit with love, the Page of Cups, 40, and the evolution of the innocent heart, which evolution broken down is the Ev Olut, which is beer or ale connection, no hops or pressure, only warmly fermented, and wow, slash and burn, sail and wing, to go, however, the aunt or stepmother, the concubine, the side chick, the in-law, the coil and bait, all in the family. At 304, the Empress and the Emperor. She impresses and he roars. At 304, the evolution of the indigo child, the indigo, like Speed Racer, the star, who's whole and complete and balanced and ageless. The Queen of Swords with priorities here, number 52, Big Bird, in transition to the God and path. And the King of Swords deals with the dragon, the Queen of Swords with the indigo child and dance, leading the way with flame in hand, as she is the light that heightens the flame, with the ring and the keys in her left hand. The dance of the spiral steps upward to answer the call of the 47, the 7 of Cups, the synchronicities and cornucopia of blessings and thanks. The yellow of the 1, the divine masculine and magician, of the carpenter bee, who is pollinating buttercup for joy and happiness here. The magic, or the magma and magda, so the mother and the father of magnetic, and don't forget the what's the word I'm thinking of? The magnification and the, I'm blanking out. It'll come up in the read though. The magic of the magma, right, the lava, and the magda, which is the explosive kind that spits up all over the place, of the inner child who holds it in, the magma, and the one who doesn't, who throws it up all the time. And then it's not so bad, right? It's just little bits and pieces. The 24 of the Queen of Wands, who's orange, the aura of unity that leads to yellow, of yelling, ow, which is the owing of 2 U's. Stretch and lunge to connect and attune to the yellow of the solar plexus of confidence and shining your light. The 12 of the library to open a book midway, and so I did. I went to the numerology book, page 151 opened along with 150, which 151 reflects the devil and the 51 of the King of Swords. And 150, again, reflecting the devil with source energy backing it up, right? The shadow of everybody. And the number 11 on the same page, which reduces to the number 2, which reflects the Wheel of Fortune on the other page, which is number 10. The Clock of Justice in one of my decks with the lost compass where the wounded warrior had lost their way. And then I'm getting again when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. On this page, it literally said, on page 151, under astrological correspondence for the number 11, is Jupiter and Mars. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. So when the moon is in Cancer and Jupiter aligns with Mars, or in other words, the number 11 of alignment, and justice, which is truth and balance, and the number 10 on the previous page of the Wheel of Fortune, which is about reincarnation, of the 0 source energy working through Mars, number 1, for new starts and change in fortune, as the Jupiter influence gives faith and optimism that our new beginning will bring generous rewards. Once we complete the basic cycle of 1 through 9, where the 9 is the Hermit, it's the Sun Hermit, or Virgo, and is also described as the humanitarian here, right? Because they've been through the whole cycle. Once you've been through all of the cycle of 1 through 9, then each number repeats. It doesn't end, but it changes form with life spark Mars. And again, talking about number 11. one of four masters, 11, 22, 33, and 44, where 11 is the alignment of the visionary, where 22 is the more material manifestation, the 33 being that Christ of unity consciousness vibration, and the 44 of the Atlas energy as a social worker, though, as opposed to the Atlas that carries the weight of the world on their shoulders physically. The 11 of the idyllic visionary with compassion, of inspiration and enlightenment, the original creation of leadership. The true mastery here is in service, the need to be practical as well as idealistic in the role that you assume. And the 11 is the Mary Magdalene energy, 38, Queen of Cups, reduces to 11, one of the power numbers. The temporary message there was about tests and legal dealings, about art and quick decisions and inspiration. The Tara symbol of the key, 11, equals justice, of Uranus and Libra, which Uranus came up as one of the die today, along with 11 here, which is Libra, and then I was guided to open up Feeding the World because I was guided to yellow, and all the numerology book is somewhat yellow, and that's the Divine Triangle, the numerology book. I also pulled up the Feeding the World book because that was the only one that was yellow in my stack right here, and that's the book that was written about my great-grandfather, David Lubin, and I opened to page 88 to 89. And on 88 was chapter 8, so there's your 3 8s, bringing in union. And it also had a reed as the symbol next to the chapter head, which are symbolic of, I think it's the E, because I know that from Egyptian, the Egyptian translation of my name, Evelyn. So I think it's the reed or double reed, which is funny because I played the oboe and it has a double reed on it. So here was page 88 and chapter 8. And the reed of Justice and Overalls is the title here. Remember this, Justice and Overalls. And opening this book had nothing to do with justice in the other book or in the energies that are coming up now. This is just Feeding the World, page 88, chapter 8, about justice and overalls. Endless fly overall. So my great-grandfather was dealing with the coal miners back then, and he had created overalls for them when they were mining gold out in California. But a lot of them had been complaining about ripping the seam where they have to go pee, right? Because they would put their foot in the hole in a hurry to get dressed or to get undressed, and they would rip the seam. So he had changed that, and it was so popular, he made the hole bigger so they wouldn't rip the seam, and it was so popular that he was offered a patent deal to buy his patent, but he didn't know what to ask for. So he consulted with his partner, who was his half-brother, and they decided on $300 back then, not knowing what to ask really, because they didn't have time to research, and maybe they should have waited and researched it first before offering. And when there was an issue with the legal patent down the road, so they made the deal, he sold his patent for $300 and then realized the guy was making a mint off of his overalls, which was fine. I come from a line of militant do-gooders, right? If he made a deal, he made a deal. So what came up in this chapter was that David he was offered, an out here. The other company's lawyer said, look, there's a problem with the patent and it isn't legal. So you have every right to take this patent back or to charge him what you want now for the patent. He really doesn't have any rights. And David did not take advantage here. A deal was a deal. Integrity above all for him was the most important. He felt that there should be not only financial profits, but literally profits in the business world, like himself. And this was then posted in the Sacramento Bee. To be honest, he then priced everything at one price only, the lowest price that a good could be sold at. He would not take advantage and started a mail order catalog as well for those who come from a distance. So he was, extraordinarily honest. He never would take advantage of people. And just a little background so you understand the pretense of this. My great-grandfather was married to a woman in Sacramento who then had an affair with the mayor of Sacramento, and he was mortified because he was a militant do-gooder, and then he was so humiliated. And so I'm from his second family. So he had 5 children from his first family, and then married my great-grandmother, And they had my grandmother, Yaya, with her sister and brother. And then it's my mother's side of the family. So the 12, you have to be quiet right now, Teddy. I'm still doing my video. Shh. Okay? I'll be done soon. He's just staring at me. So then we have the 12 of wisdom, the 12 of the hanging man, right, who waits and sees a new perspective, the wisdom of David Lubin, and the 32 of the tree of life, my journey with his DNA, from orange to gold, again, letting go of the ego to be more of your God self than your ego self. And that's very much representing what that means, the orange to gold. The orangutan part of us, or the animalistic part of us, going to the God part of us. At 348 is the Empress and the walking away within of the Eight of Cups. Where the first card out was the card of the pause, the little girl or fairy girl standing at the tree, touching her touchstone, the Emperor. The stability, the touchstone, the grounding with the tree trunk. The fairy girl who grounds is coming together in joy with love that matters, allowing one ship to sail in order to bring in the spaceship, or from high-flying birds to open up to you. The 24 of the Queen of Wands riding wild and free, and the mermaid riding the seahorse. The Emperor Poseidon's maid she was, but now she's Pegasus's maiden, as Pegasus is now all grown up. The Queen of Wands to be her best self always, with the 12, the 5, and the 45, the wise with the changes and allowing the purge of wise expansion outside the usual world. A hand fasting here with double rainbows and the number 8 of hot air balloons, each carrying a ship. A deal is a deal. As the maiden rides Pegasus at sea, doth little girl rides dear one on land, bringing reflection or reflecting worlds together, clearing out the old to be free in the changes of the 45 of the purge, which is the 40 bridge, and the empowerment it brings in finding calmer waters. There may be a surprise coming, or had to get blindfolded to take you there on your journey. You had to trust, you had to have faith, to learn to not see where you're going, to feel your way through instead. From the chaos and the mess to the calm waters and higher ground. The 20 of the award-winning rose, with the little girl so proud as in the spring of life she becomes the rose, rising above and just feeling accomplished by being human, giving birth and raising a child. Is that not enough? Judgment, decision, and the wake-up call to see where you've been and to be present to your gifts. The 22 of the Fool's Journey and that leap of faith, of the Q, which is the feminine 0, the masculine entry, and the walking that fine line on a string and a layer. Instead of a wing and a prayer, it's coming up as a string and a layer, or the web to catch you. The 47 of the 7 of Cups and the synchronicities of laughter and play. 2 children on their avatars, stampeding the clouds to create thunder rolls and sporadic showers, having the humans down there question, what's with that? And the sudden transition of the 13, and then at 409, which is the Emperor and the Hermit, 40 cards, so not only 40 and the Page of Cups, but 4D cards, the Page of Cups being proud of themselves, showing support along with the birds for the man in the canoe, the 2 of the High Priestess, Divine Feminine, and the illumination of the Queen of Cups, and butterflies flying off to their new digs, with one who's been there before, to the moon and back, the 46 of the inner child, and the outer child with gratitude and appreciation. That unicorn built a bridge around the world, Thunder Road, for her to pass on to her kids. Her mother unicorn and her boyfriend Pegasus, the 6 of the family, the big picture, the healing bottoms up and collapsing top down. The 10 of the destiny of opening your heart to the swan grid of your beloved, the 26 of the Page of Wands, being true to your heart, and the 18 of a whole new day, week, month, and now year, with new experiences and possibilities, and the number 6 of the 33, with the horse and the butterfly. Remember that the number 6 is also the spiral, the half of the spiral heart, and the 33 of the Christ vibration of unity consciousness, with the horse and the butterfly, and the 18 of the moon, or the daughter, the 25 of the Knight of Wands to keep your dreams alive, right? That 25 Knight of Wands energy is like a daughter or a son who keeps you alive. And keeping the inner child alive of the 25 and 26, which are the Knight and Page of Wands. The 18 of the daughter or the purple moon, and the 6 of the love, family, and community, and the spiral heart of the Christ unity consciousness, to take you there via the number 33 bridge, the 40 bridge around the world, which is now completed, getting you there to the 5D gate, which is the 22 Fool's Journey, where you can leap to anywhere from the 5D platform station. The 4 at 417, which is the Emperor and the Star, the blue baby kisses, sends kisses from Aldebaran. Alpha Tauri, or Tau it's called, T-A-U, the 14th brightest angelic patience and balance required here. And again, because there can be dark energies that come from Aldebaran, but this is what's coming up right now. Blue baby kisses from Aldebaran, from the star Alpha Tauri, which is called at times, or Tau, and is the 14th brightest, and 14 is the temperance card of the angel, the angelic realms. The numbers here of angelic, patience, and balance. At 420, which is actually the time of my son's birth, the 4 is the Emperor, and the 20 of the Judgment Day, the wake-up call of the 0 behind the 2, which is the support of source of the divine feminine energy, and bringing that forward to rebalance the world. The 21 of the world and the fresh approach to seeing the world. The 50 of the divine family, that 10 of cups, and the potential gateway to the fairy tale tree or ending. The heart of your imagination. And the 38 of the Queen of Cups is acceptance of love as the vines growing up and around the tree. The 23 of the King of Wands, that you are worth it, man of passion, your vision of romance. The 7 candles and the beach and the boat and the ship coming in from a flowering horizon in a star-filled sky. She in a pink long easy dress and flowers all over her hair. Or perhaps it's a wig that you made for her for those frizzy days at the beach. The 34 in the energetic exchange of the 8 of Wands and the vulnerability of that energetic exchange of the sweet little girl floating on a leaf down an imaginary borealis river in a pink sun, floating under a tree that's a candelabra of tons of lit candles, and feeling the stars in the sky as you see falling stars in the sky. At 428, the Emperor and the Twins. The 59 of the inner war and the wailing tree of reconciliations. Of that inner war, of the jeweled web, where jeweled, remember, is je wield, which is I, child. The jeweled web, like the Christmas lights, and the dance of the crown games, and the need to use your power correctly. The 28 of the twin flames, both hollowed and humbled, becoming teachable without flesh. The moose, Bullwinkle, or Bull Win Key, in the M of the mountain, the double O's of the googly eyes, and the SE of the moose, in the C, and the C. See with your eyes, with your heart and emotions, with the C of the whispering bench, and the Christ unity consciousness, in the southeastern breeze, the war of the worlds, of the twin flames instruments, the 23 of the King of Wands, man of passions, balancing act, and the 56 of the wall of the theater, with a blindfold on, wanting a surprise, something to tickle your fancy, and the 24 Queen of Wands, and the galactic mushroom, it's like the galactic movie theater, the peace of mind of Wilson, the coconut, or the knucklehead, the blockhead, as the 38 Queen of Cups closes their eyes in imaginings, many masks of the authentic self, the ego and the visionary, the writing on the wall, and the sky fates to get their wish, the King of Wands of 10 in Fortune's wheel, and the right timing for justice to be had, the 55 of the truth of the farther gate, 2 gates and 2 suns, and one bold step forward for humankind. The key gate is the double entry, the entry of time and space to resonate, and then a second entry, which is stage center, to confirm the decision. The King of Wands is truth, which is serendipity here. You notice the movie follows those lines of opening a gate where they come together and then closing the gate until they come around again. The 41 of the Moon Maiden and the New Beginnings, holding her own on the 22 Fool's Journey, embracing child's pose and allowing the fall to transmute the wall. The Woodwives, who are adept to pain and bliss and the space between, like the electrons going around the neutron, and the Knight of Wands is Garden of Venus, of rest at Atlas, but lost in space. Danger, Will Robinson. Man must ask for directions here. At 4:43, the Emperor and the Three of Cups have come in together. So we turn the page and it's 4:44. Now we're in the angelic realms of the 37 of the King of Cups and unconditional love, and the Magician's sword. The Magician, the CIAN, Sean's sword, which is the cayenne color, the aqua bright glue green, the world, the length of time, distance, the age, place, and sadness, the melancholy, the lonesomeness or lonesomeness, the dog. That's Teddy's role in this performance today. The dog, the flat, the even, the plateau, the remote, and the 30 of the union of the horseman, where he heralds in the change, the union changes of the King of Cups, who's dubbing the night, or passes his sword to come together in the overflow, where there's too much good and plenty, or with a need for a new dream, and passing it on to someone else. The Eye of the Needle of 17 and intention. The twin towers of the Jesus connection, who's the out, and the intuition is the twin towers of you and I, which is the connection in. The dream rainbow connection of the lovers, the dreamers, and me, which of course is Kermit the Frog, with a magic ball for two, making a decision that there's enough for everyone, like in the Muppets Christmas, Two Swords in the Stone, and Happy Days, 2017. If they could have seen then what you see now at 5:47, the 5 of the Hierophant and the 47 of the 7 of Cups and synchronicities. The 26 of the Page of Wands and the gathering around, the difficulty in raising a child, a sister, or suffering in silence in a gestation period. It feels like a dream. Now, coming out of hibernation, the high, cold Nat, which is unforgettable, connection, Nat King cold connection, the pregnancy of the heart on fire, the number 2 of the Divine Feminine High Priestess and the duality of their beloved, and radical acceptance of that, the 9 of the Hermit dancing on one foot, the moth to the flame, the Hermit to the High Priestess, willing to dip their toe into the heart ablaze, but carefully. The 14 of the Drifter, experiencing life as it comes, and the patient angel in their balancing act, deep diving into the high vibe task, the channeled river into a waterfall, destined falling angel into an unmarked trail of revelations, which references the Bible as well. The hedgerow, or the labyrinth, the lab and the wyrinth, and the codes or coals under extreme pressure and separation and heartbreak and disappointment, and my pen was running out here, running out of ink. All the worlds of stage under the pressure of going on, with a potential to make a fool of themselves. Exactly, jump right in. At 5:58, the Hierophant and the 4 of Swords, the commitment to the 5D connection, and then 9/14, September 14th, which is the October. So the range between September 14th and October was coming up is very significant here. or drifting through September 14th and then diving in deep to feel what it's like with no way out under extreme pressure as the coals become diamonds. As the understudy goes on, never truly prepared for this, a staged pressure chamber, the 5D twin flame quantum connection, forging a new path, the pioneers. Where the pioneers is the circle of pi with the line down the middle, and then the 1 of ONE, and the ERS at the end. The pi 1 ears, or the arse, the butt, the bitch, or vetch. The ER is also the eagle, the air, to be or not to be, he, her, or it, for a period of time. Since previously, he, hedgehog, water during early messenger who heralds previously, or brass, copper, and bronze, but you notice there's no silver or gold here, where the brave are noble warriors, the man, the husband. The pi is the circle with the line down the middle. It's where the moon splits. The pi is 2 halves of the moon. 1 heirs when the moon splits. The moon is the daughter when she becomes independent. And the IDs of March, or the Ides of March, and the void, the VO of the ID. The early bird catches the worm moon, which is in March, was 3/18 this year, and next year is March 7th, 23 at 7:40 a.m. The early bird catches the worm, and when 2 halves become 1 worm moon, the tail splits with no worries, the parent and the will. The worm moon and split and grows their tail back, okay? So the worm, can be split in half, but their tail will still grow back. The 2 B's of the carpenter bees or not 2 B's. 3.14 of pi, March 14th. The pi, which is a circle with a line down the middle. It's also the 2 T's brought together, looks like pi. 1 and the number 1, and the letter I is also 1. And then the eagle is also the E-gull, and the EA glee. The energy of Terra's trial of terrestrial to the angelic realms, 3:14. And I don't know if there's a verse in the Bible, 3:14, that may be coming up here. Terra's trial to the angelic realms, 1 emotional attachment of glee, sharing equally, I eagle, to the letter E, or 1 that's equal and congruent to, or not to E. So to E or not to E, that is the question here. To be 1 equal and congruent, or next to all, or not to be. The pioneers, when the moon splits in half, it's 1 pi day, but backed up by the circle. The pi on butt, air, ass. The twin towers of the TT, that pi symbol, previously or early. The twin towers, 1 eagle and 1 a brave noble warrior. The circle pi with the line down the middle, and then the 1 by itself without the circle is the energy of to be or not, right? Because the circle is the human embodiment of source. So if there's no circle there, there's no human or embodiment of source. There's just the 1, which is the line, which is the arc. But there's no birth. The human duality of source and I, love and id, love and I am. Love green eggs and ham. I love the natural smart guys who like to ham it up at times at 6:33, which is the Christ vibration of unity and standing up for oneself. The King of Cups knights the little girl, flowering to higher ground here, while the inner war of the wailing tree goes on. The rainbow arc around the world in 80 days. As the bird ship touches down, perched on the hand, as the right hand becomes a magic wand, a device of sorts, given only to the fool in right use of power. No head games, only given to those who won't abuse their power on the fool's journey with complete leap of faith. Sandalphon plays for family meet and greet as the children play like they've known each other forever. Bulls winkle and Rockies Y in the road. The Family Fun Center in Tukwila, Washington at 7300 Fun Center Way, Washington 98188. And actually the phone number is 228, the Twin Flames, and then the 7300, which 73 is the 5 of Pentacles. The two lovers left out in the cold. So at 6:48 to 49 is the lovers and the 8 of Cups of walking away within to the 49, which comes up significantly today, which is the 9 of Cups of self-satisfaction, and the Wizard kind of coming out from behind the curtain. The underlying energy of the 30 of silver, there's your silver, right, that wasn't in the other list, and the 49 of the family, and number 2 here of the Divine Feminine. The union of the family, 49, that are all independent emotionally and satisfied with themselves. The union wish coming home to family of 3D Earth with the 4D bridge, throwing the King of Wands off balance, or because of the 4D bridge, he's getting dizzy or winded in the wake-up clarion call, and that could be the feminine as well. To the Valley of the Sun, the world is an amusement park with Archangel Sandalphon to play music and soothe the soul, and the High Priestess Divine Feminine reflecting in time out or meditating here at 6:56, the lovers and the 2 of Swords being in their knowing. So remember, you can both have the masculine and feminine energies come up within yourself, whether you're a man or a woman. So then we have, that was the first one. So here's the one from today. And today's the 30th, so 30 is the union. Today adds up to the 44, which is that Atlas energy of the social worker, the 4 of Cups of grounding, integrating, and mastering how to receive love. I'll be done soon, Teddy. And then here's the second read. Same format, just a little bit closer up too, so you can see the cards. Teddy, stop. Okay, we have Metatron up top, Nature's Whispers in the middle, and the Shaman Dreams at the bottom there. he's like surrounding me right now. He's walking right every which way that he can try to get in. Now stop. What are you eating? Let me see. What are you eating? What's in there? All right, so now he's pacing and pouting right now. Okay, so we have, I did pull some cards from the Stargate deck this morning. The underlying energy was, I'll actually show them to you. What is in your mouth? No, out. He's trying to come in. Out. You can't come in, I'm still talking. He's a good boy, but he can't come in while I'm doing this. All right, so, all right, this is the underlying energy that came up from this deck. So here's the underlying energy. Just take in the picture and the energies. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't the underlying energy. That was the middle card. Okay, it came out like this. So the underlying energy was the Pleiadian Stargate. Okay, so take that in. And that's freedom, sensitivity, beauty, and sensuality. And then 3 cards came out. The first one was the Star Body Matrix, which very much reminds me of what I always show you, you know, the twins on each side and then the twins coming together. And this is very much formatted like a 2 diamonds coming together, and then 2 diamonds coming together on each side, and then the twin connection in the middle. The Star Body Matrix, the multidimensional consciousness, the holographic information, and then the second card was this one that I showed you already, the Merkaba Matrix, and that's 34. And then here's the third card that came out, 64, the Temple of Centering, solitude, seclusion, grounding, and belonging. And again, you see that balance of the one in the middle with the 2 on either side, the same kind of energy there. And again here too, the one in the middle with the 2 on each side. So very much that connection of each being independent and yet together at the same time, and very much the Pleiadian energy coming in, backing this all up. And then again, the Galactic Federation is coming up with this as well, like the mothership there. Okay, so the energy of the word illuminated came up very significantly, because it's illuminated, and yet part of illuminated, that word is ill. So why is ill part of illuminated, right? Because we want to be illuminated. And that umi in the middle of the word also comes up, which is another way of saying Uma, the word I told you, U-M-A, that I adopted for myself, because Sam had said my soul name was Uma, and I'd used U-M-A, which is like U-N-N-A, excuse me, U-N-N-U. But this word means that same spelling. It's the plural of that. So this Umi was coming up, as well as Nate of unforgettable, or Nated, the energy of the 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. The family surrender to the bliss of the energetic exchange. And again, that energy of the double diamond connection. So I started this second read was at 10:20 to 25 with the 3 decks. The 10:20 is the Wheel of Fortune and the 20 of Judgment. And then 25 is the Knight of Wands, and all in between, the World, the Fool, and then the 23 of the King of Wands, 24 of the Queen of Wands, and the 25 of the Knight of Wands. The underlying energy of the number 4 and letting go. And this is the read where they were all 4s all across. It was 4 4s. So we had from the first deck, there were 2 rows of 4, which is 8, and then another row of 4 and another row of 4. The 35 of the culmination of vision, and the 50 of the spirit of the river. The Tower of the Divine Feminine High Priestess, the Empress and High Priestess here, and the freedom of the Hierophant here. The multidimensionality of epiphanies of the High Priestess, and then the duties of the Empress and commitments to society or family. The 4 of moving into the fall in September and letting go. And we're still in summer right now. I mean, officially we're not in fall until September 21st, right? But moving into the fall in September and letting go or releasing. The 35 of the Wounded Warriors, culmination of a vision that's all dried up, right? It's over, it's dead, as the leaves are all dying, right, at the end of the summer into the fall. The 50 of the 10 of Cups and emotional fulfillment with new flow of water, the spirit of the river calling toward adventure. The Lemurian, the Lemurians speak to the Atlanteans here. The Lemurian as the 5 of freedom, and the Atlantean as the 19 of the sun, where the water feeds the land and the air feeds the fire. Expansion of the sun's strength with the gold of 16 and sudden holy grail, which also gold is God's old, right, the ancient one. The tunneling through the portal, the spiral of the heart, lighting up to infinitum to connect with your true self. The 46 of the inner children of the masculine and the feminine children, and letting go of the past or the part of you that no longer serves your evolution of your heart. The 1038, which is the 10 of destiny of the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Swords here, number 52, and her priorities. The big bird, back to the basics of the root, one chakra at a time. And the 45 of purging in the sunset each day, letting go. The Queen of Cups, 38, and the JC, 33, of the light body and the dimensional gateway. And then illuminated, the ill, and then Umi, and then Nat and ED. Unforgettable, Mr. Ed, the extra dimensional, or God. And Umi is also bone, mother, voice, and UMU, like I said already. And also humus, the HUMMUS, which can be humus as well, but it's also the earth, the soil, or compost. It's like the mutt energy, right, all blended together. Oh, and the mail is very late today. I looked already and didn't come. It's 5:24, and they're not usually this late. But the mailman's here just for you, for delivery. So ill, not only does it mean illness, but it means evil, wicked, but also sublime and blameworthy. Unwise, harsh, cruel. Vomiting also comes up, as well as imperfection, misfortune. with difficulty or awkwardly. But the will also comes up under ill, the ill will. And then the word IL, which is the number 49, which I told you came up already, being very significant right here, because IL also means he in French. It means year, water, and the sole of the foot. He, him, I, gust, and the province, to see. So there are a couple different versions of how this comes out, what illuminated means. At 1051, which is the destiny of the King of Swords, and it can be the blameworthy mother, an unforgettable father, or the evil voice and the unforgettable extra-dimensional. It can be the imperfect bone or compost of nates, which is too anterior of 4 lobes, or dorsal side of the midbrain, the anterior optic lobes, or the nates is the butt, the rump, the bivalve shell, to swim, to float, to flow, or born, or sister-in-law. Or it's just the sublime umu, or uma, the support structure of the ass, the brain, the ability to be born, to swim, to float, and to flow. Il lumen, and lumi is snow and to shine, people, world, humanity, lemons, moss, fire, and room, the softening of leaves as we go into the fall. The lumen is Latin, the light of life. He's the sole of the foot, the eye to see, the year of water, the 49 of humanity, the snow to shine, the fire to light up life, and softening of leaves, the unforgettable, ED, or Mr. Ed. The illuminated, Il, Umu, Nat, and ED, the ill mother and father, the chakra systems aligned with truth, balance, and justice. The mother-father, within and without, the 35 of the wounded warrior Kundalini firing up to activate the bone structure, which is coming up as the stone. The Kundalini spine and the bones, which is the structure of the body, the sword and the stone, the need for a strong foundation to be built upon. The indigo 21 who sees their star is missing home at sunset, the ancestors reflecting new love. And then a new dawn, a new day, a new life. The sun rising activates the Queen of Cups, 38, and her light body, and the cooled earth in the morning, activating the dimensional gateway, 33, of that 4D bridge, the laying down of Christ's robe so she doesn't get her sensitive feet dirty. He lights up her life, and she takes him there. The 16 cards of the sudden event, the epiphany, the sexual exchange, of the 8 dance of the leading up the spiral stairs with flame in hand, the blue mother present holding alignment with Sirius as the chariot watery dolphin feeds I matter, made of matter, so honor it with ivy, that emoting of co-creation, with the 12 of wisdom, and the watery heart and the wise brain, in the tree journey of life, from orange to gold, from orangutan to God, the evolution from the ego animalistic tendencies to the godlike tendencies, with the cornucopia horn full of good food, blessings, and thanks each day, the 25 Knight of Wands of passionate love for life, with boundaries set daily, an illuminated key placed on your path each day. If you are present, you will notice that illuminated key, the sine wave path to the central sun, very far, yet so close, the 2 of Cups, 1 to 1. Go with the flow, the Knight of Wands with patience, and the Page of Cups with a birthing heart, and the cosmos mirroring the wake-up call to 12 faces, 20 points, and 30 arcs. Source supporting the divine feminine energies at 1127 of justice and passion, while the 23 King of Wands in duality is needing balance and calling out to align to the King of Swords for his own purity and innocence at 1127, justice and that passion, which again is inspiration plus ego. He's learning how to move himself from the King of Wands to the King of Swords, instead of waiting for the feminine to switch her energies for him. The King of Wands is ego. Self calls his godlike self, his higher self. And the Queen of Wands 24 stretches and lunges to release her excess energies, along with the collective awakening of Terra, the moral man in touch with the sun rays. He reaches within and she reaches without. The daughter and the son, all God's children. At 11:32 of alignment and justice, and the 32 of the journey. The 29 is the gift of the daughter present, the butterfly and lioness, and the mother 9 humanitarian, creating the perfect setting for the sun to rise. The 48 of going within to feel wild and free, hope and happiness at the shoreline. The 32 of the journey to trust your own knowing, as you have above. 11 of aligning with a decision of truth and balance. When the old has dried up, it's time to move on to greener pastures. At 11:36 of justice and 36, the 36 is the Atlas energy. Teddy, stop. Let me finish. No. I'm not done yet. When I'm done, I'll come out and play. Okay? Thank you. He's very smart, actually. He understands a lot of what I tell him. 11:36. Justice and the 36 of the Atlas energy of the 10 of Wands. The first card out is Make a Wish with the Dandelion and Blow, which is the Dandelion, the Lord of the Ring, the magician, you know, in the 3-ring circus, the big top tent, the intention, the intent connection, which is that the twin towers of Jesus between, and intuition, which is the twin towers of you and I connection. The twin towers of you and I and the twin towers of Jesus connection. The 45 of the need to purge in order to empower and find calmer waters. The 12 of expansion of territory by joining forces to have and to hold, to protect and nurture. The divine masculine and divine feminine. The 12 come together with 21, 12-21. 21 here is the completion, with a fresh approach to the new year as it approaches 12-21, with new wishes for Earth, Terra, Gaia, and the ET God, a spiral and jump-off point as the wounded warrior starts fresh, purging to see new perspectives and a fresh approach, with 2 cards here, the Divine Feminine High Priestess and the 31 of being spontaneous and reaching out or asking for help and being creative, joining with those with similar dreams, the 17 of infinite blessings as fairy dust is scattered across the land. The snow naturally renews, so you don't have to, allowing nature to take the lead. In the fall, reach out to each other for support prior to the winter hibernation. At 11:47 of justice. Teddy, I know the mailman came, but I just need you to calm down for a minute. I played with you all day, and now I need you to give me a moment so I can finish. I'll be done soon. Go play with yourself, and then I'll come play with you when I'm done. All right, so, sorry, he's been a baby all day today. All right, 11:47 is justice and the 47, which is the 7 of Cups. Support prior to the winter hibernation, harvesting to store up for the winter snuggles and winter wonderland village. So the underlying energy is home for the holidays to help you through. The 27 of the Ace of Wands to inspire the heart home and compassion. The 32 of the journey of the jeweled web, the I being a child, which Teddy is trying to tell me, I'm just a baby, play with me. And the connection to the I child. And Christmas, the 20 of the Feast of Plenty to realize when you've had enough. The 15 of the Dust Devil that kicks up to move you out of stagnation. Through the 15th of January, King's Day, the shift where the call of the river hits you to find emotional fulfillment. The 10 of Cups of the happy family and what to do in the spring. The 54 of the Page of Swords and Mercury and the twins, their communications to believe in magic. Imagine of the lowercase I in the chakra system, and the mag and the INE, which is the 4, the water, the I and the jaguar. Imagination of the nate, which is the leaf, the prepared, the born, the arisen. I mag, which is the Magahai, which is East India. I'm probably not saying that correctly. The magnet, The magnitude, that was the word I was looking for, magnitude. So the tude, or the attitude, is coming up, as well as the net. The magistrate, being straight, is also coming up. To steal, the halfpenny. The might, the power, the rabbit, and the hinny, or the horse/donkey. I, the powerful jaguar. Remember, the jaguar is native to South America. I, the magnetic. I, the born and arisen. The inner child's power equals magic. The magnetic and the magnitude, which is the measurement of the brightness of the star. The 1203 is the hanging man and the 3 of the empress. The crossing or initiation. The 54 of the page of swords. The half trunk of the tree laid down for thee. Why did the chicken cross the road? To quantum leap into their imagination. A world of imaginers across the road. And then looping back to the 53, the Knight of Swords, the curious stranger you used to be, prior to diving in deep, that 16 of suddenly feeling empty, and the need to replenish, hungry, thirsty for feel-good emotions that start with the wailing tree of reconciliation, the 59, the inner war. A whale doesn't belong in the tree, it belongs in the ocean blue, not stuck in a tree, struggling to get out. 3 cards and 2 cards, and 5 overalls. The Empress and the High Priestess and the Hierophant here. And I was just getting the energy of the my great-grandfather David being the Hierophant and his 2 daughters, because they were treated very differently than the son. There was 3, not 2. But I only know a lot about my grandmother and her sister. I didn't know a lot about their brother Teddy, which my dog Teddy is bringing him up. 1209, the hanging man and the 9 of the hermit. The 11 of the deep quiet of meditation and stillness, of the Empress and the High Priestess, and the commitment to the group. The justice of the 28 of the twins in hollow bone instrument, that are teachable and humble. The 2 and the 9, the High Priestess and the Hermit. The High Priestess beloved with the heart on fire, and the Hermit who balances and dances on one foot. And again, these are interchangeable between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Using the soul, the radical acceptance of the green moth to the flame, in suspended animation, the suspension of the animal, imagining their tie-on, their tiger-lioness connection, in lieu of their humanity, and the 29 of gifts that they bring. The 28 to the 29 of the twin flames to the presence and gifts, which bring us back to the 29/11 and back to the 9 card here into the 1, back to the beginning and a tidy house that Jack built, the family tree, housing all and possessing none. At 1219, the hanging man and the sun, from fall to spring to give birth to possess the wind, thrice after spring, summer, and fall, into winter, hibernation. The hiber is to fly, which is from the Sandanese, the sun, Dan, ease, the sun and the lord of ease, or Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain, Portugal, Andorra, and Gibraltar, the southwestern peninsula of Europe. Nation meant to fly while in slumber, the Lord of the Sun of ease and grace, the meditation, or perhaps the Mediterranean here. The Queen of Swords and the wounded warrior make a wish to cross over to the other side. The purge is complete, and then some more catapults come in, as the Queen of Cups into the destined sun, in sudden expansion with a hunger for more, the 33 and the 18 of JC and the moon, or the son and the daughter, complete with a fresh approach to reconciliation of the war within at 1232, which is the hangman's journey. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the 7-deck read. And I don't think I'm going to do that 4-deck read right now anyway, because Teddy needs my attention, obviously. So here is the 7-deck read on the table. And this was cut and dealt at 7:22 last night. Was it last night? Oh, I'm sorry, it was the night before, actually. All right, so here's the full read, the 7-deck read. Okay. Last one, Teddy, okay? You were part of the message today. Okay? And I have to do this read before you mess up the cards, okay? And then I'll come out, I promise. All right. So the twin flame read here was cut at 7:22, which is the Chariot and the Fool. And then at 7:31, MES came up, which is the plural of my in French. And Teddy saying, my time, at 7:31. I finished clarification at 7:51, which is the King of Swords, with the Tower and the Transition being the major arcana in the read. And he's got his taco here. And after the read is the Wheel, or he's so funny. Like when people are talking and he's not included in the conversation, he grabs his toy that squeaks so he can talk with us. And now he's got his crunchy taco, but he's going up to the front window to check things out. Okay, so the Tower and the Transition, and after the read is the Wheel and Abundance. And Abundance is the Empress. Transition is the Death card. There were 2 Pentacles, 2 Swords, 2 Wands, and 3 Cups. So we had 2, 2, 2, and then 3, which also could be 22 of the Fool's Journey and the 23 of the King of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Before the read was the Page of Wands, and the 9 of Cups came up as well, which it's not a court card, but it definitely can represent a person. The only double numbers that came up in this read was 66 of the Queen of Pentacles. And then 9, 10 begin again. We have the 1 of the Magician, 56 of the 2 of Swords, and the 15 of the Shadow and the Devil, the 68 of the Page of Pentacles, and the 8, 9 of the I'm sorry, he makes me laugh. Teddy, stop. I have to finish. I'm almost done. Almost done. Give me 5 minutes. Okay? 68. All right. So the code line here is all about love and leadership and abundance. And the number from the code line was 35, coming from 10, 16, and 9. And the messages that came up here were, says Addie or Sexy Sadie, a time, a season to respect. And I apologize for Teddy, but he is just a baby. He's only 1 year old. 1 year old. Are you a baby? Can you be a really big boy right now? And can you relax? No. No, no, no. I know. I love you. You have to be patient, okay? I'll be out soon. I'll be done soon. And we'll check the mail together, okay? So see Sophia, respect. So says Addie or Sexy Sadie, a time, season to respect, destined support of 16 candles. Wise 9 of Cups, wish to the nth degree regarding love, leadership, and abundance. To see Sophia, respect, high vibe support, acing, leading with good news, and a clearing to get. Or maybe a cleaning. A wish to the nth degree of love, and the leadership was coming up as the leadership, maternal uncle, ash or light, and slow Christ dance. It could be slow dancing coming up here too. To see sad estimated time arrival of 10 supporting fireworks or explosives, or 16 candles, or Gaia giving or getting attention, or clearly getting your wish to the nth degree here. In a sudden event or sad ETA, 10 support, 1 leader, clarity, satisfaction to the nth degree here, or there's clearly satisfaction to the nth degree. And again, this is coming up as that Aquarius group support of the 1 leader with love, leadership, and abundance. 6th, remainder to swim across or behind without ass or behind. And yeah, and 10 destined support, bringing news to clear the wizard to the nth degree. So the underlying energy here is the Page of Pentacles, underlying the mini cards. And beneath that is the Page of Wands reversed, the Six of Cups reversed, and the Two of Swords reversed. The Page of Wands reversed is frustrated or uninspired about falling out or getting clarity with the Page of Pentacles, who's curious to dump everything, defenseless to energies of exile, being shut out and sharing dissatisfaction and presenting the truth, the whole truth. The King of Pentacles is given a choice by the King of Swords, perhaps vice versa, defenseless to the Tower event, epiphany, or sexual exchange, or being strong, taming the beast, as the Knight of Pentacles is moving on and offering help. Suddenly the tail between their legs of Scorpio explosive and pet, child, or Leo scared, everything falling apart while the maid is doing laundry or packing with ride, waiting, or offer of help. The Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles both upright here, offering help, which can be two siblings, to end the pain after the Two of Wands, choice, or an ultimatum, or twin flame, willing or cutting to the chase, with the Emperor, who left them for dead, really reaching now the long arm of the law, or snakeskin boots, or feet all wrapped up, ending pain, betrayal, or the Emperor getting massaged or messaged, or cut down to size, with a separation at 10:45, which is destined loss, or some kind of grieving of regret or loss. At 10:46, which is the destiny of the twins, the inner children or outer children, and this could be the one. This could be surprise, surprise, without a leg to stand on. The Two of Cups upright with the King of Swords moving out, or in a King of Wands reversed, or moving in with the King of Wands reversed, may not want to, but might have to, or the King of Swords is visiting the King of Wands reversed, who may not be well, or there may be some cheating going on. New beginnings with number 1 and health care, which came up in the other read as well, at work. And then the Knight of Pentacles reversed, resistant, stuck, or refusing the High Priestess or Pisces twins. There could be twin Pisces here, or twins' hearts open up to each other to come together, with the Knight of Wands reversed, fallen star, or falling short and depressed in a marriage, religion, or establishment with Taurus, paralyzed by passion and depressed in a marriage, with Aries upright and Pisces times 2, Sagittarius, Aquarius reversed, and Taurus upright here. With the Lovers reversed or in a breakup here, and the King of Cups reversed. And again, there can be a breakup with the King of Cups reversed, patient, or Gemini reversed with the King of Cups reversed and Sagittarius upright. The King of Cups may be between Gemini reversed and Sagittarius upright, or the King of Cups reversed is a Pisces without lover and patient. Partners with the Page of Pentacles, or new project with lots of choices to make, or seeing synchronicities of the Queen of Wands upright and uncomfortable getting over loss and regret in a divorce, with the Page of Wands reversed, with the Emperor upright, which can be the inner child of the Emperor as well, at 11:24, which is Justice or Libra, and the 24 of the Queen of Wands. In the recent past is the King of Cups upright, now upright here, with the Page of Wands reversed and the King of Swords upright on a quest post-war, or won the battle but not the war. High Priestess upright with a negative past, or falling out, with the Devil and detoxing, the Page of Swords reversed, or rumors, with new information or a decision to release from a juggling act and move, a visit, or just be unstable at present, and just go with it. He wants to talk. He wants to be part of the conversation. I understand, honey. The foundation is the Knight of Swords reversed, holding their tongue, with the Page of Cups up early in need of attention, even if schooled by injustice of the King of Cups upright and unconditional love, or father and child in school of hard knocks, and Pisces and Cancer reversed, with Libra both upright and reversed, perhaps lashing out under the radar. The central energy of the Ace of Swords and the Truth being out, and the Knight of Wands reversed, frustrated, but the Magician is manifesting the King of Pentacles upright, who's blocked from performing with the Sovereign or Knight of Pentacles, and that could be an independent child as well. The challenge being falling short, the wounded warrior's injustice, unable to sleep, or being offered love with clarity, of the patient angel and the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community. Separation and heated exchange and getting over it. The sudden jealous rage in dumping a load or cheating or only confessing after the fact at 12:21. dissatisfied magician manifesting for the Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community, and the Fool reverse lacking faith in destiny post-war, implementing a plan to hold their tongue with the High Priestess about dumping a load, and the Tower upright with a release with synchronicities, and the Devil on fire with the Emperor reversed with sovereign or their sovereignty, and married. The Tower upright with uncomfortable emotions, and Foolish King of Wands reversed in overwhelming partnership or overworked partnership with the Queen of Swords reversed and the Empress upright, perhaps falling for the wounded warrior or just lacking faith, and the Chariot broken with the Queen of Cups reversed without affection or announcing third-party invite to start over with the Queen of Swords reversed while present with the Queen of Pentacles. And soon here is the Queen of Cups reversed with the Knight of Cups reversed in 5D connection, being strong after death or in dark night, and dead tired moving to peace to start over and hold on, to save, to offer new life, and pay for, and perhaps this could be to pay for a new car, sharing or in settlement here with Scrooge or floating the gold coin. The twin flames seeing themselves as not transitioning through the portal at the moment after a death, or in a near-death experience, or just trying to avoid change or sudden change. The Ten of Cups happy family with the Queen of Wands upright is moving to heal and dream, perhaps dreaming of quitting work, and the Knight of Pentacles offering to, and dreaming of offering to a third party. Finances and car, engagement, release, or releasing your ex comes up here as well. And let your friends help, getting to know each other. Around the twins or how they're seen is the Ten of Pentacles upright and the World, the Divine Feminine, Pisces and kids, pets and sunshine, vacation. The workplace is good, but the Knight of Wands reverse may be paralyzed by their passions. And the block here being the Nine of Cups reversed, not getting their wish, or investing in going crazy and coming out about a divorce. With love and leadership and adventure here, but even more so financial discipline. Of the Five of Cups reversed, who's over it now, the wounded warrior telling their story, and the Five of Wands with waves of flames coming clean to end the nightmare of stress and suffering and silence, or of a sister, with the Queen of Pentacles upright and the Queen of Cups reversed, and the destined Empress uncomfortable with emotions of hanging out to see new perspectives at 12:56, the Hanging Man and the Two of Swords being in your knowing. So it's the energy of the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, and resisting, the ending of this big cycle with the Ten of Crystals, right? Or dysfunction of the family. And the energy in the middle of the Ace of Swords with the Truth, but the King of Cups is there as well, being loving, and challenged by the Six of Swords, right? Regarding, getting attention versus failure and needing attention, or doing things under the radar and being sneaky. With the Queen of Cups reversed here, which can be a manipulative energy, or someone who's just really sad or crying. And then the Knight of Cups and the Tower energy, which is full force here, regarding the Five of Wands and the waves of flames, regarding destiny, and the Empress, which is abundance. But I'm not sure she was here. The Emperor's upright and the Empress is upright. So regarding the destiny of abundance, and then the walking away and within, or the discomfort of not being able to walk away and within. I see you. All right, I'm just going to do an energy card because Teddy's getting very impatient. And he's got his little head poked under the stool here trying to come through, but he gets stuck in the chair if he tries to come through the chair. So we don't want to do that, do we? So what's the energy card going to be, Teddy? What's it going to be? Came right out. It's the 50 of emotional fulfillment of the family and the Angel of Strength. Okay, you can come in now. You can come in now. All the way. You have to come all the way through. Come on. Come in. He's like looking at me like, really? I don't believe you. It's so funny. All right, so the angel of strength, she's very strong. She's got the energy of the lioness here. I'm almost done, Teddy. The 50 of the emotional fulfillment of the family. And was that 10 of cups upright? I can't remember. Where are you, 10 of cups? Where was it, Teddy? There it is. Yeah, it's upright. Okay. So this is very strong here, as this energy shows. Very strong family, strong lioness energy. Yes, I hear you. And the 36 of the Atlas energy of the weight of the world, of the second chakra here, which is that orange energy of moving to gold. And you see how gold and orange this energy is? Right? The energy of kind of mother and daughter and learning together how to move from orangutan to gold. And he just jumped. I swear he almost jumped over the stool the other day. He's very talented. And then here we have the man holding a coin. That's you. The 3 of cups of coming together. Okay? And they're both coming in with angelic wings there. And then here's coming together with the man with a coin. And that can represent a mother and a daughter, or 2 children, or 2 women with the man holding a coin, as one is walking away here. Someone's inspired to leave. Okay? And then becoming the King of Cups here with the 37. And you're coming to the gold, going to the 3rd chakra, the Archangel Shamuel, and confidence and shining their light. And then finding balance here with the 22 and the Fool's Journey. Okay? So there is a change here. And we got the Metatron here too with the 40. Okay? It's very powerful energy there. That's of innocence and unconditional love. The bottom of the deck is the energy of hostilities of the 26 of the child. And perhaps having dealt with that, whether it's the inner child or the outer child, because of the twin flame polarities and coming together and the dream coming true, and the energy of the child acting up. The Page of Wands, which Teddy's playing that role very well, of the child who's acting up. But where was the Page? I know. Was the Page of Wands upright or reversed? It's reversed, yeah. Definitely acting up. Okay, well, I gotta go, guys. But I hope you got all that. Remember to breathe. Remember to drink your water and get your rest, your joy in your nature. Rise and be loved, love and rise. And I'll see you soon. Bye.